Jena Irene, I want to steal something that J-Lo said to you often, which was she kept calling you my Gina. You know, you were my Gina. I was actually emotionally invested from the beginning of this race, cheering you on. And so last night was a crushing, crushing blow to me. How do you tell fans like me to deal with this and channel it?
Um, I mean, you can still be successful, after the show. It really doesn't matter what place you come in. I mean, Jennifer Hudson came in seventh place, and she's winning Grammys and, Oscars and everything. I think to come in second and me being so young, I have surpassed my goal. I never even thought I was going to get this far, so I'm extremely excited, and I will work my butt off after the show. I'm so excited for people to hear my album.
Everybody said the same thing about you throughout the show, which was, let me quote Keith Urban, who said, there's a ferocity about the way you perform. It's exhilarating. It's like watching, what were the words he said, a car hurtling along the edge of a cliff, and you never know if you're going to go over the cliff or not. Do you understand what he means when he says that? I do, but do you understand it?
I kind of took it in a way where when, people watch me perform, it's very unexpected. I put so much emotion into my performances when I sing and think about the lyrics of the song, especially, that was one of the things I had to do in this competition because they're not my lyrics. So I had to connect with, a personal experience in the past to kind of, make the performance what it was. With that being said, sometimes I would cry on stage. The first time I sang Creep, I was crying. Because I was just so connected to the lyrics. So I think what he was trying to say is it's very exciting, and it's kind of like you can't look away because you don't know what's going to happen. And that was awesome he said that.
Yeah, no, and that's what he meant. But I think what he also meant is that you have a very distinctive voice. It's almost undefinable. You have a cry in your voice. You have a wail, a warble, and this is exactly what every successful singer has. That signature, thing about you that when I hear your song on the radio, I think J-Lo said this to you at one point. I'm going to hear a song of yours on the radio. I'm going to know it's yours right away because of the way you sing it. How would you define that? What is that cry in your voice, that very signature thing you do that no other singer does?
I think it's just the tone of my voice. You can tell, for example, when Amy Winehouse comes on the radio, you know it's Amy Winehouse because she's got that amazing tone in her voice. When Hayley Williams comes on, my iPod, I'm like, oh, it's Paramore. So I think when people listen to me, I hope that they automatically know who it is that's singing. It's a very unique voice, and I'm glad it's gotten me this far.
Oh yeah. Now, do you believe you played it too safe last night? I think you did. I think that you're at your best when you do like the Paramore song. You came out there and blasted the roof off the Nicoya Theater, and it was a huge surprise. You did a great reprise of Can't Help Falling in Love. I think that was an interesting choice. I think your other songs were well performed. I'm not a judge, and you shouldn't even be taking this criticism from me. But I just want to know what you think of these thoughts, because I was expecting a kind of surprise, like when you did Clarity with the joysticks. Those moments, those Gina moments that were just such big standouts, seem to be missing.
I think the fact that was missing was all the songs were given to us. It wasn't like we could choose.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so Simon Fuller, the creator of American Idol, picked the first round that me and Caleb sang, so I sang Florence and the Machine. The second round was the moment of the season, and I obviously picked Can't Help Falling in Love because that's what everyone, I think, wanted to hear, and I love performing that song. And the last song that was chosen for us was our singles that the label gave to us. So we had to perform all those three songs, and I kind of just did the best I could with what I had.
No, you did a really good job. You were sensational. You didn't miss a beat. You were performing. You were owning that stage, and it showed all of your talents off beautifully. And what's also impressive, and the judges said this to you very often, was just to watch you grow as an artist throughout the season. Just to have the confidence to own the stage, to have the confidence to reach out and mix it up with the fans a little bit. And you did all that last night. You did it beautifully.
Thank you so much. I think last night was all about just having fun because there was no judging. The votes were all casted, so there was nothing I could do but just have fun.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Now, you had said at one point when Harry asked you a question that if you achieve a notable professional career that you would consider using just the name Jena. Now that's worked for a past Idol champ, of course. Fantasia just goes by one name. I think that's an interesting choice. I'd like to hear you more on this thought, Jena or Jena Irene. I think because the unusual pronunciation of your last name your actual last name might be an issue. I think you're wise to look in these other directions. But tell us some more about that.
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I've been so focused in the competition thus far, but now moving forward, a lot of people told me they like Jena Irene a lot, just because that's how I'm known on the show. And it kind of has a nice ring to it, to be honest.
I love it. I really love it, yeah.
Yeah, and I ended up choosing Irene as my stage name just because production always messed it up, and they always called me by my middle name instead of my last name, and I would always correct them, but I just ended up keeping it because my Irene, I was named after my grandma who passed away before I was born, and everyone says that she's like the coolest lady in the world, so hopefully she's looking down on me, and and hopefully she's proud, but yeah, I don't know, I might keep Irene. I don't really know yet, so we'll have to see.
I kind of vote for that. That's cool. What was going through your mind the night that J-Lo stepped off from behind that desk and started walking towards you? What were you thinking?
That was amazing. The fact that she's so successful in this business, and to get advice from those three every single week are amazing. But when she literally jumped out of her seat and to come up and congratulate me, I was so honored. She's such an inspiration. The fact that she feels that strongly about my performance and in the way I sing, I'm just really glad, and I'm happy that I can make her feel like that. Even though she's so successful, she's still really on board.
Now, what about the glow sticks night? Whose idea was that when you sang Clarity?
That was actually my staging coach. Her name's Melissa. She's amazing. And that was kind of just like we were throwing around ideas on how to make the performance a little bit more exciting because I had such a good week before. I think I sang Decode the week before or Bring Me to Life. I'm not sure. But having those strong performances 2 weeks in a row, she wanted to keep the momentum going. So we added the glow sticks, and electronic music is something that I do want to tap into, especially in my album. I love electronic music so much just because the energy's so hype, and I think by adding the glow sticks, it just made it even cooler. I was having so much fun on stage, and I think it stuck with everyone. Production kept using my term, get the glow sticks up, through everything. So it just stuck.
You also dressed perfectly throughout this season. You were casual, but yet elegant in a way. Now, how much of that do you get to decide because you nailed it? You looked perfect up there.
I think throughout the whole season, we got to work with a stylist, and working with her and having her kind of get to know the artist that we are. Or that I am as an individual, it kind of evolved into this thing. I don't really wear heels that much, and I never have. But another thing is I like to be comfortable. Comfort is key for me when I'm performing on stage because I do move around a lot, and I don't like to be like all tight and prim and proper. So I think by working with her and choosing carefully outfits that fit my personality and also go with the performance was definitely a crucial point.
And last question, is there a song you would have liked to have performed on the show that you didn't get a chance to do?
Me and Caleb wanted to do a duet of Sweet Child of Mine because I know it on piano and like an awesome version on piano. And it would have been so epic, but it wasn't cleared for copyrights. I was so bummed.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, you go out and prove America wrong, that they picked the wrong one there, Gina, because fans like me are really set on you not just succeeding but being a superstar. You know, that was the original name of this show, was The Search for America's Next Superstar, American Idol. They dropped it in season 2, but that's always been their quest, and I think they nailed it with you, so good luck to you.
Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you.
Same here. Bye-bye.
Bye.